All right, so now what about Matt Miller's this mock draft of ESPN? Well, Matt Miller's a maniac because he did a 7 round mock. He did a 7 round mock for all the teams, and we wound up with Armand Membu, Tyleek Williams, the defensive tackle, Jalen Reed, safety, Penn State, Gunnar Helm, tight end, Texas, Dante Thornton, wide receiver, Tennessee, Mellow Yellow Dotson, cornerback, Kansas, Max Brosmer, the quarterback out of Minnesota. That's the one pick I wouldn't have made. And then Jack Kaiser, linebacker, Notre Dame. See, Jack Kaiser, linebacker out of Notre Dame, would be a good pick for the last pick that we have because that's the type of player you could play on special teams and he'll be a demon. But I would not have taken Max Brosmer uh, because I kind of think this year we're going to let Jordan Travis show us what he could do. And so I wouldn't mind taking a quarterback with a UDFA signing, for example, bring in another arm. You never know who's going to get injured, etc. But I would not use a pick on Max Brosmer or I think any quarterback really this year. Uh, and instead, what we need is like a backup interior offensive lineman, a young one. Because remember, Josh Myers is only here for 1 year. We have not re-signed AVT yet. We have not re-signed John Simpson yet. Well, those are two signings I would make if I were Muji. But we need some people who can back those guys up and start if needed. And so I would try to grab an interior offensive lineman with that pick instead of the quarterback. Infrared says, I like Thornton. Now, here's the thing with Thornton. So here's all the scouting reports. Let me know which one of these guys you want to take a look at the scouting report on. We all know about Membu, so there's no scouting report here. We all know about him. But every one of the other ones, I looked up the scouting reports. Here's Dante Thornton, for those who don't know, since Infrared is saying he likes him. Here he is. Look at this guy. Now, this guy, once you read the profile, you're going to say this guy profiles as at least, if he wants it, a killer gunner on the special teams. This dude is big and tall, 6'4", 6'4" and 5/8", so almost 6'5", 205 pounds. Okay, it says right here, Dante Thornton Jr. Is a big play waiting to happen. Big play waiting to happen with size and speed while showing flashes of a more nuanced route runner. So that's pretty good for a late round pick when you package all of that. Strength, downfield speed and ability, release package, hand usage, nuance to separate. Concerns, consistency. So you got to worry about that. What does that mean? Yak and route tree. Thornton can play inside or out. Size and speed will be attractive. With his size, he's an effective blocker. That's good. And routinely shows the want to block. Good. So that means he's probably going to want to play special teams because he's going to have to. Deep threat wherever he lines up. Showcases a variety of releases and advanced hand usage. All right, this guy is a nice little prospect. Gets up to speed quickly. Da, 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 da. Intention and head usage open up space in the middle of the field. Recognizes defensive leverage quickly to alter his route path. So all of these things are really nice scouting evaluations. He runs routes smoothly at 6'5", but his route tree isn't as developed as it needs to be. Physicality can throw him off his timing at the catch point. Okay. But he shows the tools with ball tracking and a hand-eye coordination to be a deep threat at the next level. He needs experience, day 3 developmental traits. So this is a guy who, if we got him, I'd be pretty excited about it because at the very least, he seems like a guy who could develop into a pretty good gunner on the opposite side of Irv Charles once he gets back from his injury. And that's probably his floor. And then the ceiling is somebody who can, be a productive receiver. So I would like this pick a lot, and I like the whole draft that Matt Miller did for us, except for Brosmer. And this is Thornton here. So any other guys that you want to see the scouting report for, let me know. Great qualities for Thornton. Yeah, I think so. And hopefully, Sean Jefferson can do some work with him. And, then our wide receiver room isn't looking so barren. especially if we can get something out of Malachi. The other two guys we got are just on 1-year deals, so we'll have to see about them. All right, so that's the Matt Miller 7-round draft.